Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I got some money in the mail. Alright, if you haven't seen, I mentioned that I'm going on vacation. I posted a video talking about going to Canada. So that's where we're going. So I need some Canadian moolah, right? So I was able to, like most people, go to my bank and you know, get foreign currency. So most banks have like a fee chart, you know, they list all their fees and stuff, and it's like common to have about 3%. 3% is, I guess, average among most banks for a fee to get foreign currency, because they have to go through this process and, you know, mail to you, and that all costs money. You know, shipping's not free. There's actually FedEx overnight. And my bank, or one of my banks, because I have many banks, they didn't have a fee. That's why I went there. They did not have a listed fee. Very tricky of you, bank, because what they did was they incorporated that fee into the rates, right? The actual currency rate. So it ended up being more than 3%. It was more like 5%. Tricky, tricky, tricky. And shame on me for not noticing that. But anyway, not a huge deal. So going to Canada, I wanted to, my wife and I both opened new credit cards specifically so they wouldn't have any extra fees, you know, using in Canada. We want to just be able to not only keep track of what we're spending there, like specifically for that trip, but, you know, also have a card. It's just really convenient. So any other purchases, like, you know, dinner, let's say, if we spend 70 bucks or 80 bucks or 100 bucks or on something, you know, we could put it on a card. It's simple. But I still wanted small denominations for tips to buy little things. I just want to buy a drink for $5. I don't want to put, you know, everything on a credit card constantly. So we got low denominations. I originally had a very specific, you know, here's what bills I want, here's what coins I want, because if you don't know, Canada doesn't have anything below a $5 bill. This is their lowest denomination. That's not a $5 bill, is it? there it is. Nothing lower than a 5. They got rid of the 1. So they have, I know some of you guys are Canadian, so, you know, don't kill me if I get this wrong, but I think the dollar is the loonie, right? And that is a brass coin. I forget what's on it. Maybe a goose? I forget. And then the toonie is the $2 coin, which is bimetal, so it has like a silver rim and a brass center, and I want to say there's like a polar bear on that, maybe? You guys can fact check me. I know there's a lot of Canadians watching. I wanted those, but the bank doesn't do those. They just do bills. And then I said, okay, well, here's what bills and how many of each bill I want. And they said, no, we can't do that either. You can't be specific as to how many of each bill, but you have 3 options. All large denomination, all small denomination, or mix. And I figured it'd be best just to do the small denomination, because anything larger I'm going to put on, you know, a card. So it's very different than U.S. currency. Obviously, it's color coordinated, right? I want to say they're 50 and 100 is maybe like brown and something else. I forget, but it's a quick visual. Like, it's not that like it's hard to see the numbers or anything, but like, okay, the $10 one's purple. Like, that's kind of cool. I get it. The blue one's a 5. The green's a 20. It just makes it really, really simple. And obviously, we haven't updated our money like a lot of different countries. And speaking of different countries, when I got a phone call from the bank. So what you could do is you go to the bank, say, hey, I want to buy some foreign currency. They say, okay, you buy it then, you pay for it, they order it, it gets shipped over, and then they call you and tell you to come pick it up. And they're like, oh, your euros are ready. And I'm like, you didn't order me euros, did you? Because I don't think, that's a totally different place. It's nowhere near Europe. So hopefully that's not a thing. Even though there is the Queen on here, right? Queen of England. I think that has to do with maybe Parliament or something, or their, what is it? The, not a brain fart. Not some with a D. I forget. Or I'm not going to make it up. I'll say that. But there's a reason the Queen's on there. Anyway, so I got some different denominations. I thought this is interesting. What is it? It's the 10. Yeah, the 10. So we have this lady on here, Vilda. I don't know the history of her. Maybe you guys can tell me why she's on this bill. But then we have a different 10 with those folks on there. And then we have a different 10 with this dude on there. And it's just, you know, different issues. These are different dates. This is what is it, like 2013, 2015, 2017 or something, I forget. But that's kind of cool. Just like American money, we have, you know, different types of series we've had. Older money looks a little different. We've made changes. But yeah, so I got some cashola for Canada. The idea is to have, like, you know, in case something happens, emergencies, I'm always trying to think of that. Like, I divvy up the cash. Like, Christina, my wife, has her own card to use. If it got lost, no big deal. I have a card to lose. If they both got lost, no big deal. We have some cash on us. We have backup plans. We have levels of, you know, if this happens or if that happens. But yeah, it's just nice to have some cash on you. You know what I mean? Sometimes cash is king all around the world, right? So yeah, let me know maybe some tips and tricks and stuff visiting Canada. I've never been out of the country before, never been to Canada, obviously. But I want to pick up some money, want to talk about it a little bit, getting money from your bank. I know the people we're traveling with, we're going with some family, and they've been before a bunch of times, and they go to, you know, they go to all around the world, really, but they will go, well, they have dual citizenship in another country, but not Canada, but when they go, they just get cash out there. You know what I'm saying? So they go with their card, and then they go to a Canadian bank and take cash out, so there's no fee, right? Or at least a minor fee in comparison, whereas I didn't really know, so I just wanted to bring cash. I didn't talk to them yet at this point. So I'm like, oh, I got some cash. They're like, oh, you could do this instead. Okay, cool. You know, but it was too late at that point. I already had it. But yeah, that's an option as well. So yeah, just kind of curious. For all of my Canadian viewers, do you guys use the coins a lot? I mean, it's $1 and $2 coins. Do you find yourself using those? Like, do you get them a lot in change? Do you try to pay exact amount of money? Obviously, it differs person to person. It's no different than if I'm asking Americans the same question. Like, hey, do you use cash or card? A lot of people use cards. A lot of people are just digital. I think that's pretty fair to say all around the world. As Canadians, do you find yourself using less and less cash and just using cards for everything? I don't know. I wanted physical cash for tipping, really. Like, you know, tipping in a meal or whatever. Just, I wanted to have that availability because not everyone could just accept a card. Cash is king, like I said. Just here, this is money. Okay, cool. Thanks. So, anyway, I want to talk about it a little bit. First time doing this. If you guys remember, at some point in my past, I was given some older foreign bills, and I was trying to see if I can exchange those, but those bills were not currently in circulation, so they're not transferable. They're not able to be, you know, basically cashed in for other currency. So that was interesting. But obviously, Canada still uses cash. So that's it. Just want to mention that. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. I know a lot of you say, where exactly in Canada? Well, I know Canada's a huge place. I'm not going to say exactly where yet. I probably will at some point. I'm not sure. We'll see. Some of you guys will guess. I'm not going to acknowledge whether you're right or not yet. We'll see. Fun. It's always fun doing this guessing game, right? But yeah, I'm excited. Got a passport. Never had a passport before. That was certainly a process, but not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. I have to unload my truck. Like, my truck has everything that's not allowed anywhere. I can't go anywhere outside the U.S. with the stuff I have in my truck, and I will be driving my truck into Canada, which is nice, so I'll have my own vehicle. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, any travel tips, love to hear it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Shout out to all my Canadian friends. Hopefully you guys will still accept me when I get up there. I know Canada's not all that happy with America at the moment. We'll see. Hopefully things will smooth over a little before I get up there. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.